All right, so I got a little bit of time on my hands headed to the house. So, go talk some boxing news. I'm gonna do the NBA stuff separate because I want to separate the NBA from boxing. So, after I do this stream, I'm gonna put together a couple of NBA videos, start breaking down these playoffs. I do gotta say that Phoenix looks really good. And this Phoenix Sun team, they win it this year. It's highly unlikely, force to be reckoned with in the future. Devin Booker is a superstar in the making. The kid is the goods. And this is what I keep saying about the NBA. They need to start building the league around more than one player. Stop making it about LeBron, and build it around the stars, the players. Don't have one man carrying the league. So, and of course, I'm going to talk about Damian Lillard to the New York Knicks. But anyway, let me get this boxing thing underway. So, it was announced that this coming Tuesday, that's kind of funny, which is the 15th, which is the day California officially opens up to 100% with still, with still mass restriction. Basically, it comes down to businesses and stuff. Basically, they saying if you've been jabbed, you don't have to wear a mask. Like I said before, I'm going to continue to wear my mask probably for the remainder of the year. Because they saying by October 21st, you ain't going to have to wear masks whether you, jab or not. But nevertheless, that's neither here or there. But let's just talk this boxing. So, it was reported that Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman too could be on the way. And okay, so what is this fight for? And this is what I've been saying. This is what I've been trying to tell people. I'm getting proven right on a regular basis. So now we have to watch this fight. Like I said, is anybody really up for this fight at this point? Basically 5 years later. I mean, it was a hell of a fight back in 2016 when it happened. Yeah, it was off the chain. It was a hell of a fight. I mean, they went at it, and the fight was on regular CBS. With Keith Thurman winning, I think a split decision, if I'm not mistaken. I think he won a split decision. But it was a great fight. And I had Keith Thurman winning that fight. But now you fast forward a few years later, and it's like, okay, so why? And of course, Keith Thurman sitting up here hollering about, okay, well, Bud needs to leave. Bob Arum, so fights can get made and all this kind of stuff. See, I'm going to tell you something. And see, I'm finna decode what these dudes is really saying. What I've been saying for the longest. And like I said, I'm not no top-ranked nut hugger. I'm not a Bob Arum apologist. I'm not a PBC apologist. But I am going to tell the absolute 100% truth. These guys are telling on themselves, oh, you need to leave Bob Arum and come over here. They basically saying, we not really gonna make no fight with you until you leave Bob Arum. What these guys do is they use Terrence Crawford, and what they've been doing is using Terrence Crawford for leverage. And then basically they'll threaten to go somewhere else, and then Al Heyman will get them a fight. Now, like I said, I don't know what goes through Shawn Porter's head, but I do know that Kenny Porter wanted that fight. Kenny Porter called the man, and you know who I mean by the man, right in front of me. When Kenny Porter was, when I had hung out at Kenny Porter's house, when Kenny Porter was dropping me off, taking me back to the, the hotel I was staying at. And he called the man on the phone and said, hey, what's up with the Terrence Crawford fight? So I know Kenny wanted to fight. I know that to be fact. But at the end of the day, Al Heyman won't make those fights. At the end of the day, I'm going to just keep it a buck, and I'm going to say what a lot of these other dudes won't say. Nothing gets done without the approval of the man. And that's Al Heyman, the other man, the brother man. This is factual. So people can sit up here and make all these videos faking the funk. At the end of the day, Al Heyman, once again, he don't be wanting to do business with Bob Arum. The only reason why we're getting Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3 is because they had a contractual obligation to give Deontay Wilder a rematch, and both of them agreed to a third fight. Here's the thing: if Deontay Wilder would have won the second fight, contractually, he was obligated to give Tyson Fury another shot. Now, I wonder if the shoe had been on the other foot and Deontay Wilder was trying to do what Tyson Fury tried to do, which is flat out avoid the fight. People would be calling Deontay Wilder a coward. Don't you remember what they did to Andre Ward? When Andre Ward said he was going to retire after he beat Sergey Kovalev, what did they say? Oh, Andre Ward, if he doesn't give Sergey Kovalev a rematch, he's a coward. They was all calling Andre Ward a coward. Everybody, except me. Oh, Andre Ward, he owes it to Sergey Kovalev to give him a rematch. And I think they had a rematch clause. I'm gonna go watch that first fight. I know I done seen that second fight like about man, I done seen that second fight maybe 15 times. And I think Andre Ward was ahead on scorecards up until when he got the stoppage. I think Andre Ward was ahead on 2 of the scorecards. For some reason, Harold Letterman had Sergey Kovalev ahead. But yeah, I'm going to go watch that fight again. But then, Andre Ward, he's a coward. He's a coward. He's a coward. So Andre Ward ran it back and he stopped him. And then he retired. So, shout out to Andre Ward. But yeah, like I said, who wants to see this again? I don't care, and I'm not knocking Shawn, and I'm not knocking, but Keith Thurman's last fight. Keith Thurman hasn't fought in 2 years. I think Keith Thurman should at least try to take a tune-up, because in the rematch, I'm picking Shawn to win the rematch. So then that's gonna be two back-to-back losses for Keith Thurman. But that doesn't mean that he's finished. But at the end of the day, why now? Why 5 years later? Why now? When I say nobody is checking for this fight, not really. But this is what I've been trying to tell you dudes, what be going on the opposite side of the street. What a lot of these dudes won't say because they want to stay in good with the PBC. They want to continue to get their media credentials and all that and have access. Or they just want to fake the funk. Keith Thurman could have fought Bud years ago. He said out of his own mouth that they offered him a fight. But this is the pattern that they have. For some reason, couldn't make the fight with Shawn Porter. And it looked like that fight was going to happen. People was getting excited. Now it looked like it's not going to happen. But I do remember Shawn Porter saying out his own mouth, saying that he wasn't trying to fight Bud. And this was like a couple of years ago. This when he had the belt. He said he wasn't checking for Bud. He said we're friends. And he said, I'm not afraid of him though. So I was like, okay, whatever. Danny Garcia. Danny, you the #1 contender for the WBO. Got offered $3 million. And he said, call Al Heyman. I don't even want to start on the whole, I ain't even going to start on the Errol Spence, thing. I'm not even going, now all of a sudden, you got people saying that Bud ain't even a real challenge for Errol Spence. When I hear people say stuff like that, that just goes to show you who they are as a person and who they are as a so-called boxing fan. Well, if Bud ain't a real challenge for Errol Spence, then why ain't the fight been made then? Why ain't the fight been made then? I don't understand that. If this man is such easy work, then why ain't the fight been made? These dudes always tell on themselves. These dudes always make fools out of themselves. That don't make no sense. Why you ain't fought him, Keith? And you trying to come out the gate talking about, oh, I want to fight Bud, but I want $6 million. There ain't no $6 million out there for no Keith Thurman. For real. Like I said, now people doing the mathematics now when it comes to these fights. They not finna book these gigantic venues if they know the fight ain't gonna pack the house. That's why I think Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is moving from Allegiant Stadium to the T-Mobile Arena, because I guess they felt they couldn't. I guess they felt that fight wasn't gonna sell 60,000 tickets, and they basically didn't want to have a half empty stadium or 3/4 of an empty stadium. Basically, if you got 20, you know what I'm saying. If you sell 20,000 tickets to a stadium that holds 65,000, then they can adjust it. They're saying they're going to adjust it to 70,000 to where basically they can have the Super Bowl there. I think they talked about having the Super Bowl there, I think 2020, 2024, 2025. But the Super Bowl will be in Vegas. Now, this year's Super Bowl is going to be in Los Angeles. But yeah, there ain't no $6 million for no Keith Thurman. You've been sitting on the couch. You lost your last fight, but then you talking all this stuff like somebody owe you something. And you demanded it, and people looking at you like, dude, what are you talking about? But this is the ongoing thing. This is the ongoing thing. They're not gonna give that dude none of those guys. All they gonna do is make them fight each other. I doubt very seriously if there will ever be a fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is going to be 34. The best time to make this fight would have been this year. And I know the Errol Spence apologists going to come saying, well, Errol Spence just wanted to clean up stuff on his, man, get out of here. There ain't no damn side, man. Either you want the belt or you don't. Like, for real, man. Either you want to fight the man or you don't. Why all this dragging your feet? And now all of a sudden people mad because Bud said, hey man, I ain't thinking about that dude no more. I went to the dude's fight. You know, I tried to confront him in the ring. You had a bunch of cornballs making empty threats talking about we pop off. Oh man, stop it. So, I mean, already, like, what the man got to do? He already tried, so I mean, it's like, I'll move on too. You ain't finna have me at your beck and call. I've been trying to get this fight made, but you didn't blew me off. You didn't like said that you didn't heard every excuse in the book, so I didn't, I'd move on too. Now, rumor has it Bud is supposed to return, possibly. Now this isn't been confirmed. Now rumor has it that Bud is supposed to return in September, and he might be fighting at Madison Square Garden. Might. So if he's fighting at Madison Square Garden, he might be fighting somewhat of an ideal opponent. If it was me, I'd just make the Virgil Ortiz fight. Just just make the damn fight. Oscar already said that he'll let Virgil Ortiz take that fight. Virgil Ortiz seems to be interested in the fight. So why not make the fight? Now, let me talk about this Wilder Fury thing, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So, like I said, the first press conference, I don't know if it's gonna be one or two, but the first press conference, and maybe the only press conference, is gonna take place in Los Angeles. It appears that it's going to be a joint effort, ESPN / Fox pay-per-view. But I can look and see. But the tickets are supposed to go on sale sometime next week. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, you might better grab the tickets like as soon as they make them available. I don't know how much they plan on selling these tickets for, but you might want to grab them. But like I said before, this fight is going to be, I think it's going to be good. I think Deontay Wilder knows what's at stake. I think he knows what he has to do. I think he's going to come into this fight focused. I think he's going to be ready. But on the flip side, they need to go through extreme measures. And when I say they need to go through extreme measures to make sure that everything is on the up and up, no weird stuff, make sure that Tyson Fury's gloves are checked thoroughly when they arrive into his dressing room from when he get in the ring. They need to make sure, But I laugh at the fact that people act like it's impossible for Tyson Fury to had done, what Wilder said that he did. I wish people would stop because it can be done. Anything can be done. We know that cheating been going on in boxing forever, so we need to just stop it. But anyway, appreciate the love, appreciate y'all tapping in. I'll be back with the NBA videos. It's your boy Town Biz. I am out.